It's 50-50 with me on that one.
The build-up's been really structured well.
I'm pissed we're not getting him on TV doing more matches, but he's still fresh out the gate. They gotta save him for the pay-per-view.
I love when like a pay-per-view or a premiere live event can be unpredictable.
Like, I think that they're gonna be feeling the crowd.
But they're about to steal the show.
We should have had this fucking pay-per-view at a later
Like
date.
the longer PLEs, while others, they do like the short card. What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie here, giving you guys my WWE Crown Jewel 2024 predictions. But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real. And this Saturday, if you are looking for somebody to watch WWE Crown Jewel with, the Rage Circus Ben and his buddy will be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are looking for somebody to watch this WWE Crown Jewel PLE, we will be live here on the We Are Wrestling channel. Unfortunately, I will not be a part of the stream because I'm going to be out in Rhode Island for Comic-Con on Friday and Saturday, myself and Casual Cam. So if you do see me, don't hesitate to come say what's up. But I'm here to give you guys my full predictions for WWE Crown Jewel. And don't worry, after I give you guys my predictions, I will be letting you guys know what Ben, Ricky Knows Best, Phil, and Casual Cam chose for their predictions, because unfortunately they're all busy this week, so I'm just riding solo here for the Crown Jewel predictions. And normally how we do it, we like to go in depth about all the matches and talking about the build-up leading to the event, and that is what we're going to start off with. I think that this year's WWE Crown Jewel, WWE did a fantastic job building up this PLE. I know there's been a lot of fans who weren't interested in the Crown Jewel Championships, which will be crowned to the winner between Cody Rhodes and Gunter, who are both the world champions for their respective brands, and Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, who are also the women world champions for their respective brands. And I actually kind of like this because it's different. And I like when companies, they try to throw darts and see what sticks. And honestly, I think that having this Crown Jewel Championship, to me, is not a bad thing, because it reminds me of the old school Survivor Series. I remember towards the late 2010s, we would get the WWE Champion versus the World Champion. Even when NXT was considered a third brand with Black and Gold, we would have a triple threat match to see which brand had the better World Champion. And it kind of reminds me of that, except we're getting something similar to AEW with the Owen Hart Cup, which, if you guys don't watch AEW, every year around Double or Nothing, AEW does this tournament to honor Owen Hart, and then the winner of that gets a championship, which isn't a title that is going to be defended at all. It's basically a trophy to the winner, the best. And that is why I actually kind of like this whole Crown Jewel Championship thing. It's something different, and it works, in my opinion, for an international PLE. And it's something different, because without having this Raw versus SmackDown thing, we wouldn't be getting Jey Uso showing up on SmackDown. We wouldn't be having Jimmy coming to Raw. So, like, I actually kind of like this. It kind of spices things up a little bit, makes things a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. But I do think, besides that, I also really do like the way that they built up some of the mid-card matches, like the LA Knight versus Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I also think that Seth Rollins and Bronson, that's a good match as well. They all have legitimate reasons to be a PLE-worthy match. And I like the fact that this is a 7-card show. So I really do like that part as well, because I've been complaining for the longest time about the 5-match PLEs. I think that the roster is so stacked right now, we need to have 7. So I'm glad that we're getting 7 matches here. So, with that being said, let's get into the predictions for WWE Crown Jewel. Starting things off, we have our Women's Crown Jewel Championship match, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. And man, this is going to be a weird match because it's always weird seeing like a heel versus heel. And I will say, like, out of all the matches, this is the one I'm not looking forward to the most. I feel like I'm more invested in Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley right now than I am this match. I'm more invested in Tiffany Stratton potentially cashing in her Money in the Bank contract on Nia Jax than this match. So, if I had to pick a winner here, just going to keep this short and sweet, I'm going to have to go with Liv Morgan. I think she's going to weasel her way out of this, and I think Raquel Rodriguez is going to help her. So now here's what the We Are Wrestling team picked. So, for Nia Jax, Ricky Knows Best thinks that Nia Jax is going to win this, while Casual Cam, Ben, and Phil are choosing Liv Morgan. So sorry, Ricky, you are by yourself, pal. Moving on now to our next match here on the Crown Jewel card. We have a triple threat match for the United States Championship. LA Knight will be defending his championship against Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Finally, we're getting a U.S. Championship match on a PLE. I feel like the last time we saw LA Knight defend the title was at SummerSlam, which I know wasn't that long ago, but it feels very long. But I actually really do like the fact that Carmelo and Andrade are actually getting a PLE match. These two have been absolutely killing it on the SmackDown brand, putting on banger after banger, and they had a draw during the Game 7 match. So the fact that we're actually getting these two in a triple threat match with LA Knight for the title, I am very interested in this, and I think that this is going to be a really good match overall. And man, I'm really happy that Andrade is getting this second chance in WWE because during his first run, I don't know what was missing with him. I think it was confidence because when he went over to AEW, I really enjoyed his character work over there, his promo work. I was very invested in Andrade El I can't even pronounce his last name. Sorry, Andrade. But I really like the second run that he's having right now in WWE, and I'm more of a fan of it now than I was before. Carmelo Hayes, they've done a great job since having him be like the number one draft pick over on the SmackDown brand. And if it was me, I would want Carmelo Hayes to win the title, but I think that we all know who's going to win this. With everybody saying LA Knight, yeah! Which the rest of the We Are Wrestling team also think LA Knight is going to win. So I'm going to have to go with them and pick LA Knight. But really excited about this match, and I hope we do get more U.S. title matches moving forward for PLEs. Moving on now to our next match we have here on the card. We have Seth friggin' Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed. It's about time Bronson Reed gets on a PLE. And I think that this has been a great storyline. Having Bronson Reed take out Seth Rollins for a couple of months was such a great booking decision by Triple H because we created a new monster. And let me tell you, a lot of people are invested right now in Bronson Reed, especially myself. And that tsunami, they've gotten that over. He is one of the most dangerous men on the Raw brand. And I really hope that they continue to just put that rocket ship on him and just shoot him right to the moon. Because I think that Bronson Reed could be a solid Intercontinental United States champion in the year 2025. And that is why I am going to have to pick Bronson Reed over Seth friggin' Rollins, because I think Rollins doesn't need this win. Bronson Reed does. If you want to continue to credit him as this monster, getting a win over the first world champion with all the accolades that Seth Rollins has could do wonders for Bronson Reed's career. Now, you could have Seth Rollins and Bronson face each other off again at Survivor Series and then have Seth Rollins win, but I feel like Bronson has to win a match at least to just give him that credit that he is a monster. Because I don't want this to be a situation where Bronson Reed loses to Rollins and then he goes down the card. just like we've seen last year with Shinsuke Nakamura. After losing to Seth Rollins, he was lost in the shuffle. Finn Balor, after losing to Seth Rollins, kind of got himself back into the mid-card tag team title picture. So, like, I don't want that to happen to Bronson Reed because I see a lot of promise here. And him and Braun Strowman, they really impressed me during that time while Seth was away. And they've really established him so much on the Raw brand. So I think Bronson needs this win, so I am going to have to go with Bronson on this one. So when it comes to the We Are Wrestling team, we are 50-50 here because for Seth freaking Rollins, Ricky Knows Best and Phil have him winning, while Casual Cam and Ben are picking Bronson Reed. This is a 50-50 match, and I really hope they don't have Seth Rollins win. He doesn't need it right now. Bronson Reed could really benefit from this, so we're going with the monster. Moving on now to our next match here on the card. It is for WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We have a Fatal 4-Way match. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green. Piper Niven versus Io Sky and Kairi Sane versus Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Part of Meta 4 over on NXT. I don't understand this. Why can we get women tag team championship matches during PLEs, but we can't get Raw tag titles or SmackDown? I don't understand. At least SmackDown brand, they are picking up a lot of momentum in the tag division, especially now with Motor City Machine Guns holding the titles. I think that over on the SmackDown brand, they're doing a pretty decent job with their tag division. Raw needs to step it up and just have JD and Finn have tag matches. That's all we need. And they should have just never got rid of Imperium and stuff. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I really do like what they've been doing with the women tag titles. They've been actually showing them on all three brands, especially Raw and SmackDown. And lately, I've been seeing Lash Legend and Jakara, and I've been pretty interested in them over in the NXT brand. I think that they're a pretty solid tag team, and I like that we're giving new people an opportunity here. I like that Io and Kairi, they're going to be on this card, because they haven't really had a PLE match in a long time. Piper and Chelsea, they haven't been on the card in a while. And giving Lash Legend and Jakara an opportunity, I think they deserve it as well. So I really like the fact that we are getting this. And it could go any way. We've seen it before when Alba and Isla, they won the tag titles. I believe during the other Saudi show, I believe it was King and Queen of the Ring. I could be wrong. Don't really have the best memory, but if I had to pick out of these four tag teams, I would want Chelsea Green and Piper Niven to win, but I do think that Bianca and Jade are going to retain the titles, and a lot of people are going to be disappointed. And Ricky Knows Best agrees with me. He does have Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, while Ben and Casual Cam have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I hope they're right. And Phil actually has Lash Legend and Jakara Williams. Or Jakara Jackson, sorry. So we are all over the place with that match. Anything can happen. I love how unpredictable these Triple H PLEs are. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Moving on now to our next match on the card. We have Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. And I have been very invested in this new heel run with Kevin Owens. I think they've done a great job. Having him turn on Cody Rhodes after Bad Blood went off the air and not having any WWE production behind it and relying on the fans, it's something completely different and something that has me really, really invested. Even though I still want Kevin Owens to win the WWE Championship at some point, I really do like this a lot, and I hope that we get him and Cody Rhodes after this match at Crown Jewel. But Randy Orton and him, they have been a tag team for the majority of the year, and I really like the way that they did this, having these two turn on each other. Because Randy Orton was frustrated with Kevin Owens, questioning him, and then by accident, shoved Kevin Owens. Owens took it personally, and then beat the shit out of him in the parking lot. And I really love that, like, Randy Orton brought Triple H involved because Nick Aldis couldn't give him the match. And man, I'm very invested in this. And I could see this rivalry actually continuing after Crown Jewel. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm going to have to go with Kevin Owens on this one because he just turned heel. It makes logical sense for Randy to put him over so that we can get Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, either at Survivor Series or Saturday Night Main Event. And the rest of the We Are Wrestling team agrees Kevin Owens will win this match. But the question is, how is he going to win this match? We're just going to have to find out what happens. Moving on now to the next match we have here on the card. We have a 6-man tag match. We have the OG Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso versus the new Bloodline, which will be, I believe, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. And this match I'm very excited about. It's so cool that Jey Uso is finally getting back into the Bloodline storyline, and something I didn't expect to happen so early. But I think that this is going to be a really fun match, and we already know what's going to happen at Survivor Series. We're getting War Games. It's going to be OG Bloodline with Sammy versus the new Bloodline. We're just going to have to see how we get there. But if I were to choose a winner for this one, I'm going to have to go with Roman Reigns and the Usos. And the reason I'm going with them is because I think at War Games, as of right now, the new Bloodline is going to win because The Rock is going to help them, the final boss. And I don't see the final boss showing up here helping them. He's going to help them in a bigger match, which will be War Games. So I think Roman, Jimmy, and Jey, they're going to win. But the rest of the We Are Wrestling team disagree with me because they do have Solo and his Bloodline beating them. And if that does happen, I will say, if they're going to do that, I want to see Solo Sikoa pin Roman so that we can add more credibility to him as the leader, as the tribal chief of the new Bloodline. I think that could do wonders for Solo Sikoa. And finally, our main event match for WWE Crown Jewel. It is for the Crown Jewel Championship, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the Ring General Gunter. This is going to be a classic. And this is I'm so mad I'm going to be missing this live. I'm definitely going to be watching Crown Jewel once I get home from Rhode Island Comic-Con. I am so mad I'm going to be missing this because this card just overall just looks like a really good one, and I feel like this is going to be one of the better Saudi Arabia shows. And if I had to pick a winner for this, I think it's going to be Gunter. He needs it more than Cody, and Cody has distractions right now with Kevin Owens, with the Bloodline, because he was feuding with them all summer long. Randy Orton's been teasing that he wants the WWE Championship, and I feel like that's going to be happening more towards WrestleMania. So anything can happen here. Gunter, he's not really feuding with anybody on the Raw brand, so I think he's going to find a way out of this, and I think he's going to win the Crown Jewel Championship. And I think that Cody needs to face some more adversity. He's been on this hot streak, and I feel like him losing could definitely benefit him more in the long run. Gunter, he needs to keep this streak alive. We need to show that he is the final boss, that he is the last level. And by doing that, you can't have him lose, and having him beat Cody Rhodes will add even more credibility to his World Championship run. So I have Gunter winning this, and pretty much 3/4 of the We Are Wrestling team also have Gunter winning. Phil, Ben, and Ricky Knows Best picked Gunter, while Casual Cam picked Cody Rhodes. What a casual fan. But to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, let us know in the comment section below your predictions for WWE Crown Jewel. We will be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I won't be a part of the stream, but Rage Circus Ben and his buddy will be doing the live watch along here. So if you are looking for somebody to watch this show with, they'll be live on Saturday. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. New episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast will be coming out tomorrow on Halloween. because I am going to be away on Friday for Rhode Island, so it'll be coming out a day early. Links down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias and my other YouTube channel where I do toy hunts and toy reviews. All the links down in the description below. If you guys want to get yourself some We Are Wrestling swag, you can go do that now on Pro Wrestling Tees. All the links down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over.